All right. Good afternoon, folks. Jody here, your instructional technology specialist, along with Corinne Wyatt. And today for our Google Lunch and Learn, this is our Wednesday series, we're going to talk about some spectacular features you might not know about in the Google Workspace. I have more features than we're going to cover today, so we're just going to pick a few. And this is being recorded and will be added to the Northwest Regional ESD's YouTube channel under the Google Lunch and Learn playlist. So I am going to throw it to our participants today and some features. I have some features in Drive that I thought might be spectacular, calendar, some accessibility pieces, a couple more in Gmail, a Chrome browser, and analytics, which covers, you can see analytics in slides and docs, and I believe sheets. So wondering with our participants if there are any that are jumping out at you right now that you would like me to touch on. I think I lost
Lacey has students in her class.
She does.
I am curious about so many of these.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
Do you have Smart Compose turned on?
I do.
And you like it?
I love
Okay.
it.
If you could go over that for me, tell me
Yes.
why you like it.
Yes.
And then muting too, I think in Gmail. I'm curious.
Yes. Okay. So we'll cover two Gmail things. So hopefully you can see my Gmail. So muting, I appreciate being able to mute when there are emails coming in that I don't need to see. It doesn't get, it just kind of gets archived. Let me go here to Gmail, and I didn't add it to that slide. Anyways, I'll come back to that. So say I am getting emails that I'm CC'd on something, but I don't need to see every update on that email. So if it was this email right here, then I just want to click on it. And then if you go to more, and right here, mute. And when I click mute, there will be a pop-up that says this, this email is being, or this conversation is being muted. And then what happens is anytime someone replies or replies all to that specific email thread, it will not show up in my unread new emails. And so it does go over to, I do want to tell you what does happen. It's removed from your inbox and is archived. So if you go to all mail and you can look at your muted labels, then you can still see those. But if there is just a conversation going back and forth that you don't need to read every piece, then just click on that email, go to the three dots, and you can mute that, and you won't see those new things showing up every time. So I love that. There's a couple times a month that something happens that I mute from there. And then, so that was muting. And then the other one was Smart Compose. And so Smart Compose means that when I start typing an email, it is going to start predicting what it thinks I am going to say. And so if I want to say hi, Corinne, then I keep that and I hit tab, and that will take that gray font and make it black as the one that I'm using. And then checking into C is not predicting, usually how it is. But it will start predicting, and it really does. I use it all the time. And I wish I would have had this for some of my students. Just that word prediction is lovely. And so to turn that on, you go up to the gear to settings. Let me minimize that, it's in the way. and go to see all settings. And it is in the general, and you scroll down, it's under your grammar and your spelling and your auto advance. And it's right here, Smart Compose. And so by default, it's probably set at writing suggestions off, but give it a try. Click writing suggestions on, and that predictive writing will happen. Of course, if you don't like what it's predicting, then you just keep typing what you were going to type. Otherwise, if you like it, you hit tab and period or and or whatever is going to go at the rest of that. I do believe that it's on my docs and on my slides that it predicts as well, that Smart Compose.
So I have two questions about it.
Yeah.
And we may not have the answer. We might have to go looking. One is, do you know, does the predictive text use kind of like your style, like it pays attention to how you rate, or does it go, oh, Corinne's in the recipient line, so that means I need to put a name here? Like, does it?
Yes. So I think it does a little bit of both.
Okay.
And it will start using the vocabulary that you're using. So I know when I was creating the authentic assessment and I kept saying instructional something, whatever I was saying, it was predicting that's as I started writing INS that I was probably going to write instructional.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah.
So it kind of adapts to whatever
Yes.
I've noticed that too in like docs. The second question is, did it take you some time to like adapt your brain? I think when I had it on, it was driving me crazy because I was like, that's not what I want to say. And then I got distracted. Like, I know I just keep typing and eventually the gray text goes away.
Yes. Yes.
But how could you predict a little bit about how, or predict, good gravy.
Predict the prediction.
Do you remember how long it took you to?
I don't. So it might be that it just became part of my routine and I just got used to it. But now when I don't have it on, I am really looking for it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially like it's kind of fun. It's like a time saver if that, like, so if it was Corinne and Lacey in here.
Yeah.
Then I love that it says, hi. And it puts you both in there.
It's magic.
I don't know why I love that, but I kind of just love
okay,
that.
so and you just hit tab then. I think that was my other problem is I was trying to hit the arrow, which did not seem to work.
Probably did not like that. So yeah, so hit tab if that's what you like.
Tab. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to give it a shot.
Give it a try and see if you like it. Yay. So yeah, so muting, we just covered that one, and Smart Compose. Anything on that list, Lacey, that jumps out at for you that you're like,
Yeah, this is probably pretty basic, but how did you have your calendar on the side there? That kind of shows all your tasks.
I love this. I love this. So you should, I believe this is just standard that you have this tab here, this taskbar along the right-hand side. Do you have that on yours? Otherwise, I will have to check what my view is. And then I just click on that and it pops it out. But I could also open Zoom from here if I use tasks, if I use keep. But let me see what. Yeah, I am in the default density and I have priority inbox, no split.
That's I think Lacey said she does have that.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's there.
So you open it up and it's there. And then if you don't need it, and then like if you click here, that little drop down arrow, then you can see the whole month and you can move around there. Oh, that's fun. Or if you need to see the full view, then you just click it and it will expand in a new tab. But I love this. This helps me every day to be able to see what's next.
That's perfect. And it is super easy. And I just didn't even notice it.
No, that is 99% of the stuff is like, oh, that's been there the whole time. Yeah. And when you don't use it, you don't see it.
Yeah.
Like all the sticky notes that my brain, it's a thing your brain does. I was just reading about it. Love that. Yay.
So do you know about pinning tabs and grouping tabs now? It's a kind of a new feature. not the pinning tabs has been around for a long time,
Yeah.
but grouping, you had to turn on developer mode before. And it's where you can take, like if you're, remember when we were doing the curriculum adoption, Jody, and like the tabs tended to like get out of control.
Yes.
And then too, it bogs down your browser. So if you group tabs together, and if you right click on one of your tabs, you have the option to
Ooh,
gr-
add it.
to
Oh.
group. Yeah. And then it gives it a color and you can add tabs to that particular group. And then they aren't active all the time. So it doesn't bog down your, and they're quick to find, right? If you're
Yes.
like, you can group them by project, or like personally, I have recipes all in one
Yes.
group, recipes that I want to try. And then they just sit there without, bothering me until I need them. So yeah, highly recommend. I
Needed
love
that
it.
before we started the session because I had a bunch of things open and I knew for Zoom I didn't want to have all those open. And I was like, okay, I'm going to remember what I was doing. But okay, now we will know. Group it. Love it. Love, love, love. Kind of on that same note is, I'll go to this Chrome browser recently closed tabs because this has been super helpful. Sometimes I click and close a tab and I'm like, shoot, I actually needed that open. Where was I just at? I didn't bookmark it. So if you go to the 3 dots in your Chrome browser up here by your profile picture and go to history, it will tell you these were your recently closed tabs. And I love that because I'm like, because I close my tabs sometimes before I am done.
There's a key combination for that too, only with the last tab. That actually you can do it with several tabs, but you have to hit it a million times. I think on a normal keyboard, it's Control T. I might be wrong about that. For some reason on my computer, which is a Dell, and I'm running Windows on it, it's Control Shift and T. And so that will open up the tabs that you just recently closed. Did it work? I don't know what kind of machine you're on, Jody.
Control Shift. Control
Shift T. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. I love that too. All the time. Like, especially when you have a million tabs open.
Yeah.
And you go to click one and you close it because it's so tiny. Yeah. Yes. Good stuff.
That is good. All right. Anything else on this list, Lacey, that you are interested in? I do like to promote, and you probably have done that, but to have, and of course, turn it off. But I have Drive and Calendar on my mobile device, and that helps me too. So some folks might not know you can have that wherever you go, and some folks shouldn't have it wherever you go because boundaries, but
boundaries. So Slides does live captioning?
yes.
I don't think I knew.
Watch this. Now I have to, yes. So you go to slideshow and, oh, now I'm gonna have to remember how I did this because it was last week, but you can do it. Let's go to my slides. This is why I have the resources here. Oh, do I not have it? Okay. Now I'm gonna have to remember how to do it. And now I'm freezing because this is so cool, the way you can do it. Oh, for Pete's sake. Then you just do this, live captioning on slides. Aha. All right, you do that on your present. Windows, Control F5. Let's try it. Control F5. And can you hear me? Live captioning. I did not do that. It keeps popping me out. Present with captions. Oh, that's present. Ha! And then I went too fast. As you speak. At the bottom, click the more options, captions. Here we go. No. Why am I missing that? Sorry. Knew it last week and I practiced last week.
It's okay because I feel like I have seen the command somewhere. But more options.
There, it was easy. It really was easy. At the bottom left of the present screen, click more options.
But if you pull down that instead,
Oh,
there it is.
There it is. Okay, over
is.
here in the left-hand corner, right where it said, and the 3 dots, more options, caption, and we want this. There is a thing, Control-Shift-C, and now it should start saying what I am saying. There it is. And
So
so
cool.
this is so awesome for anyone, even if for folks who are not hearing impaired, to have the captioning, I think is super helpful. So
That's awesome.
yes, which reminds me I was supposed to do that over Zoom too. But so see that again, 3 dots over here in this left hand, that little thing goes away. So you have to hover over it and you can scroll through your deck there too. But those 3 dots, caption preferences, you can also say where you want that the closed captioning at the bottom or at the top, and you can make those captions, that text, a little bit bigger, which is nice as well. Right there. Right now, it's English only as the option. Yay. Okay. Now I'm not in
Thank you.
present mode, so it won't do it at this moment, but yeah.
Sweet. That's awesome.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to pause here.